Welcome back. In the previous video, we explored the estrus cycle and signs of estrus, the fertile window that determines the best time for artificial insemination. We talked about the observable behaviors and physical signs that help identify when an animal is ready to conceive. But what's happening inside the animal that drives all of this? In this video, we'll go beneath the surface and look at the hormonal regulation of reproduction, the powerful chemical messengers that orchestrate the entire reproductive process. Understanding hormones isn't just for scientists. For anyone practicing artificial insemination, this knowledge is essential. It helps you make informed decisions about timing, synchronization, fertility, and overall animal health. Let's walk through the key hormones involved in the reproductive process and how they interact with one another. 1. Gonadotropin-releasing hormone, GnRH. Everything begins in a part of the brain called the hypothalamus, which releases gonadotropin-releasing hormone, or GnRH. GnRH acts like a switch, triggering the pituitary gland located just below the brain to release two important hormones, FSH and LH. 2. Follicle-stimulating hormone, FSH. FSH is responsible for stimulating the growth and development of follicles in the ovaries. Follicles are fluid-filled sacs that contain immature eggs. As they grow, they begin to produce estrogen. 3. Luteinizing hormone, LH. LH is the hormone that triggers ovulation, the release of the mature egg from the dominant follicle. This surge in LH typically occurs just before ovulation, making it a key moment to time artificial insemination. 4. Estrogen. As follicles grow, they produce estrogen, the hormone that brings on the signs of estrus we talked about in the last video: swelling, mucus discharge, restlessness, and standing to be mounted. Estrogen also prepares the reproductive tract for sperm transport and fertilization. 5. Progesterone. After ovulation, the empty follicle transforms into a structure called the corpus luteum, which begins producing progesterone. Progesterone plays a critical role in maintaining pregnancy. It keeps the uterus quiet and prevents the animal from returning to the estrus. If pregnancy does not occur, the corpus luteum breaks down, progesterone levels fall, and the cycle begins again. 6. Prostaglandin F2 alpha, PGF2A. If the female is not pregnant, the uterus releases prostaglandin F2 alpha, a hormone that causes the regression of the corpus luteum. This allows progesterone levels to drop and a new estrus cycle to begin. Now, why does all of this matter for artificial insemination? Because these hormones are the biological clock of reproduction. By understanding when each hormone rises or falls, we can accurately detect the best time to inseminate, use hormone-based synchronization protocols, diagnose reproductive disorders, improve fertility outcomes on the farm. In fact, in many artificial insemination programs, especially in dairy cattle, hormonal protocols are used to synchronize estrus across a group of females, allowing for timed insemination without relying solely on heat detection. This can be especially helpful in large herds or in systems with limited labor. For example, prostaglandins can be used to regress the corpus luteum and bring animals back into heat. GnRH can be used to induce ovulation. These tools, when applied correctly, help farmers manage reproduction with greater precision. But like any tool, they must be used responsibly and with a clear understanding of the animal's cycle and condition. Let's take a moment to reflect. Which of these hormones were new to you, and which ones have you worked with before? How might a better understanding of hormone cycles improve the timing of insemination on your farm? Are hormone-based synchronization protocols used in your region? And if not, what might be the barriers? In the next video, we'll wrap up this section by focusing on reproductive health and fertility factors, from nutrition and disease to stress and body condition, all of which can affect breeding outcomes. Let's continue the journey, and I'll see you in the next one.